Hey, what's up YouTube, and thanks for checking out my video. So today I've got an updated version of the clean plate duplication glitch. So now I've spawned into my facility, so the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and go outside, kind of like a fresh slate. And I did have to make a change to the ISSI I'm going to be using in this video. I had to take the rear mortar off of it so that you could see the plate. So at this point, I'm just bringing it back in to the facility. Because typically I don't duplicate. Once I know that I can get clean plates from something, I don't actually duplicate it to where I can see the plate. You get more money if you can't every time you do it, so I just do it that way. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump on into it. Alright, now again, the first thing you want to do once you spawn in, especially if your spawn location is set to the facility, is exit. Kind of think of it as like the fresh slate from loading in. So now we'll exit, just literally turn around and go back in. Pretty simple. Do it enough, it just kind of becomes like second nature. You just be like, alright, I loaded in, run straight out of the facility. Pretty quick, pretty easy. Now I do apologize for this being on the longer side. I tried to cut as little out as possible, but at one point I just needed to make it a little bit shorter, so there's a few like loading scenes that I clipped out so that they just are faster. So now you'll make your way to the vehicle you're going to duplicate. I'm going to use this ISSI. You can see the plate. So now you just want to hit left on the D-pad. Change something on it. I'll just use the plate. It's pretty cheap. Exit the Avenger. And now it'll boot you out of the car. You just want to get back in and now drive it outside. So hold the gas. Get out of the vehicle, return it. And now you just want to call out another car. Something that's not in the facility. It doesn't matter what it is. You don't lose it or anything. Just use one of these elegies that I've got stockpiled in here. Ideally, I'm going to end up turning all of those into ISSIs. I just have not spent the time to do it. It's nice that you can do this, but like, man, this way is so time consuming. I'm ready for a faster way. Alright, so you'll drive this in and accept the full alert. Pick a car to replace, doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's not obviously the car you're duplicating. So now we'll make our way back to that ISSI. Hop inside, and we'll do the same thing, left on the D-pad again. And if you've done all of this correctly, instead of being in a car, you'll be on foot. Like so. Then just make your way to the back, where the store is. And now you'll just accept that alert. And if it pulls you inside, you'll have to jump to a new session and start all over from the beginning. But you want it to look like this. And now it'll boot us out of the Avenger here in a second. And now depending on where you walk, I've also found out it depends. So where you walk is what bases on where you get kicked out to a different facility. So So if you stand still or go straight for a few steps, you'll come out to this one, at least from my facility. If you go backwards towards the camera, it'll put you out like Paleto Bay or somewhere. It's very strange. But as you can see, there's my actual facility, and it's got me kicked out over here. Regardless, it doesn't matter. So at this point, you'll call out the car you're going to duplicate over. So for me, I'm just going to use the Elegy in the first spot in my facility. Wait for it to spawn on the mini-map. Perfect. And now you could either fly there. I'm just going to job teleport. So now if you didn't have the job I have, you would just use this one. Pretty quick little run over here. But I'm going to job teleport here to like basically the front. Host that job. I'm going to join my friend in a different targeting mode. Wait for my alerts, accept and decline. Perfect, look at that, right at the front steps. No more having to grab a streetcar and all that nonsense, so I'll just walk in, I'll enter the office. I'll check out some branding, perfect. Take the elevator to one of my garages. So I hear that they don't have to be full. I don't really actually know that. If you want to test it yourself, feel free. All of my CEO garages are full, so I just pick one. And now from the point that I touch that button, I'm touching nothing on the controller through this whole point. Just because I don't want to mess this up. Wait for that little wheel to finish. Alright, cool. Now we're good. I will say that's a major benefit though of entering. Oh, and as you can see, the ISSIs, well, the car's not there that I'm turning into an ISSI. You can see it on the mini map. It's outside. That's exactly what we want. But I have noticed that every time I enter the garage on foot and do it that way, I've never had it not transport me to the facility. It works literally every time. So now we'll want to go right on the D-pad. Change something on it. Exit the vehicle. And now when we look back over there, you can see it over my left shoulder. Successfully duplicated. So let's go take a look. And then I will say it's up to you as far as whether or not to job teleport or take the helicopter. Sometimes job teleporting, like rarely, it won't let you get back that, like when you get in the car, when you're duplicating once you get back, it like won't give you the left or right D-pad option, so you have to start over again. I find that if you take the helicopter, that practically never happens. Alright, so at this point I'm just going to go to a new session since we duplicated and we're kind of glitchy. We want a nice fresh start. Now if you had custom plates or you're using custom plates, you'd be done at this point. But this is the next step to get us a clean plate on there. So we're just going to make our way outside the facility again. That's the other thing too, if you're having trouble with getting taken into the Avenger, like the front seat, make our way back in. This may be why I was having that issue as well, and then I started exiting the facility because it's my spawn-in point for doing this. And once I did that, it's not a problem anymore. Alright, so get in the car you're taking the plate from. I'm going to use this one. And then we'll do the same thing for most of this. Left on the D-pad. Change something on it. Plate's always a good choice. Unless the car you're duplicating or whatever, you know, yanked in plates. In which case, obviously don't change the plate. Alright, it'll kick you out, get back in. Hit the gas, drive the car outside. Jump out, return it to storage. Call out a random car. I'm just going to go back to my LG garage. Wish me luck. Hopefully at some point here they will not be LGs. It's just so time consuming that I just have not. I do like a couple at a time and then I'm like, alright, I need a break from this, and then I never come back for the rest of that day. So hopefully you're better than I am and get a bunch of them done. Especially since you don't know when it'll get patched or you won't be able to do it again. And then I'm going to be pissed I didn't spend the time to make them, but that's life. So drive back in, accept the alert. Replace a car that's not the car we're duplicating. Just pick some random one. And you can use like any car to duplicate for this. For example, when the Camaro dropped, I think I bought one and then duplicated the other 9 that I had in that giveaway. So if you really like a car, it's pretty handy. Alright, so left on the D-pad, again we should get this where you just spawn in on foot. Same thing, you should hit it, see the flash. Just wait a few seconds. Yeah, I didn't think I'd be as big a fan of that Camaro as I am. The fact that you can do like some pretty sick drifting in it without even the tires on it is pretty nice. Also, I think the ones I made came out pretty good. Alright, so now you'll call out that whatever car you just got done duplicating. So I'm going to call out that ISSI in the first spot, the one that we want to put the clean plate on. There it is in the number 1 spot. And now we'll wait on the mini-map till we see it. Perfect, now go ahead and teleport down there, or fly in your helicopter if you prefer that way. Enter the office. Go ahead and enter one of the garages. Wait for the little glitchiness. Alright. So now this would be the part where it differs from just the regular duplicating. So as you can see, the car's outside. Now if we just did it like we did this last time, all we would do is turn that ISSI back into an LG. Incredibly counterproductive, not what we're looking for here. So now this is the part that's different. So before we get back into this car to change something on it, we're going to recall or return the vehicle back to storage. So we'll see it pop in here in a second. Now we'll get in and change something on it, and that'll stop it from switching instantly to back to an LG or whatever we're making the clean plate off of. So change something again. Exit the vehicle. Take a gander at the plate. Alright, so now we'll get in this and drive it outside, and as soon as we drive it outside, you'll see the plate like flip to the clean one. Kind of hard to see, but you can see the fort at the beginning. Now this is the next important part, probably the most important part, because if you just come outside and drive it back in, it'll just revert back to an LG. So this is how we save it. Call out your MOC. And now we're just going to drive it into the back. It'll be kind of glitchy, but that's fine. Not a big deal. For example, I gotta hit OK like 5 times before it accepts it. It's fine. Just so you know, we're still kind of glitchy. As you can see, it stayed. So now we'll exit. Yeah, so if you're having a problem with it not taking the clean plate or switching back to an LG or whatever you were doing, that would be the reason. You can't drive it back into the facility or it'll change back into it. You've got to save it in the MOC. And that's it. You would want to return it and then jump to a new session, so that way you're not glitchy and you can take the car out of there and save it in a different garage, and then you would just repeat the steps. So I do want to thank you for checking out my video today. Go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button for more content, and as usual, until next time.